It is, without doubt, one of the most popular questions we get asked here at vidIQ. When it comes to monetization, what does 4,000 hours of watch time actually mean? Once more, from the top.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
If you don't believe me, this is how often we get asked that question. Hello everybody, welcome to vidIQ. My name is Rob, it is so good to see you here. If it is your first time in these glorious YouTube surroundings, we are the YouTube tool and channel that aims to help you get more views in less time by educating you on your YouTube journey. And we know a lot of you in the vidIQ community are aiming for that 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time to monetize your content in the YouTube Partner Program. But some of you are still a little unclear about what 4,000 hours of watch time means, so let's go through the frequently asked questions. Let's start with the most basic question of them all. What are the requirements for the YouTube Partner Program, or essentially how to monetize my content on YouTube? There are two basic requirements, and we'll start with the easiest one first, subscribers. You need 1,000 subscribers, and that's a flat 1,000 subscribers. Not 1,000 subscribers in the last 12 months, just 1,000 subscribers. Now, if you need help getting to 1,000 subscribers, we put together a lovely video that's on screen now and an interactive card in the top right hand corner. Click there if you want to watch it. Next up is watch time, and this is the one that most people get confused about, so pay close attention. You need 4,000 hours of watch time in the last 12 months. What does the last 12 months mean? Well, let's say it's January the 1st. YouTube will count all of the watch time on your channel dating back to January the 2nd of the previous year. Then, when the date moves forward to January the 2nd, it counts the date all the way back to January the 3rd. So it effectively counts the last 365 days worth of watch time on your channel. This is why your watch time may actually go down as you're trying to achieve 4,000 hours of watch time. As an example, this channel had a big spike in watch time almost 12 months ago, and then as time moves forward, they lose that spike in watch time, the channel hasn't performed as well, so they have less watch time over the last 12 months. So remember that, folks, it's not the total watch time on your channel, it's the watch time over the last 12 months. Which leads us on to the next question. What actually counts as watch time? The answer to this one is a little complicated. Almost everything counts. Live stream videos do count towards watch time, as do unlisted videos. However, videos watched when they are private do not count to watch time. Also note that if you delete any videos, whether or not they were public, unlisted, live streams or private, none of that watch time will count towards your goals, so don't delete videos unless you really have to. Oh, and one more thing, it doesn't matter when the video was published, it can be more than 12 months old, but the watch time gained in the last 12 months counts towards your target. So now you know how much watch time you need and what counts, the next question is, how can you track it? And there is one very simple way to do this, and that's through vidIQ. If you have the vidIQ Chrome extension installed, you will find this real-time stats bar at the top of every single YouTube page on your desktop layout. This shows you your channel analytics in real time, but here's where the magic happens. If your channel has less than 4,000 hours of watch time in the last 12 months, it automatically adds a new analytic to the left, which is your monetization analytics target. In this example, the channel has 3,100 hours of watch time in the last 12 months. You can also quickly see the number of subscribers you have on your channel as well on the right hand side of a real-time stats bar. But we're not finished there, because if you mouse over the graph button to the right, this will show you a full breakdown of your channel, including the watch time over the last 12 months at the very top of these charts. You'll also see a percentage progress bar on the right hand side telling you exactly how close you are to hitting 4,000 hours of watch time. Oh, and one more thing, when you're under 4,000 hours of watch time, this analytic will remain amber. Once you surpass 4,000 hours of watch time, congratulations, you've hit the target. When you surpass 5,000 hours of watch time, this analytic removes itself from the real-time stats bar as you no longer need it. And since we understand that this is a goal to monetize your content, this real-time stats bar is completely free as part of the vidIQ Chrome extension. It is a no-brainer, download it right now. However, if you want to do it the long, boring YouTube way, this is how. In the classic YouTube Creator Studio Analytics, go to Watch Time and then click on the Settings cog in the top right hand corner, and change the unit for measurement watch time from minutes to hours. Next, go to the top right hand corner again and change the time frame from last 28 days to last 365 days, and that is your watch time on YouTube over the last 12 months. And of course, if you are working towards 4,000 hours of watch time, we put together a lovely little video with lots of fantastic tips. Link on screen right now, check it out. Alright, let's now say you have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time in the last 12 months. Congratulations! How do you actually apply for monetization? Your destination for this starts on the channel section of the YouTube Creator Studio under the heading Status and Features. Now this screen tells you lots of wonderful things about what tools you get with YouTube, including live streaming and making longer videos, but what you're interested in today is the monetization box. It will likely look a little different to you, maybe with a red strip along the bottom and the words disabled or needs to be enabled. Whatever status it is, click on it and it should take you to this monetization review screen. You'll want to look at step 4 because this shows you your progress to 4,000 hours and 1,000 subscribers officially from YouTube. Once you've done that, you'll notice that there are other steps you need to go through before applying for the YouTube Partner Program or monetization. These include reading and agreeing to the terms of the YouTube Partner Program, signing up to AdSense, this is how YouTube will pay you for your adverts on your video content, and setting up your monetization preferences. So even if you don't meet the monetization requirements, now is a perfect time to get your channel set up and ready for when you are monetized. Another key thing to remember is that when you reach 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers, you're not automatically enrolled into the partner program. The content you create must follow community guidelines, partner program policies, YouTube terms of service, and Google AdSense program policies. There is loads of information about this on the YouTube support pages, links in the video description. And this raises another question that a lot of you have been asking. Does having a community strike or a copyright strike on my channel impact my chances of being accepted into the YouTube Partner Program? I'm afraid there is no black and white answer to this. Whenever I research this topic, the answer from YouTube always seems to be it may affect monetization. Remember, the premise of the YouTube Partner Program is to put adverts on your video content. If the advertisers aren't comfortable with the content that you are showing on your channel, that's going to make YouTube think twice about accepting you into the program. Use your common sense. Now, if your channel is clean as a whistle and you meet the requirements, how long does it take to be accepted into the partner program once you apply? When YouTube first moved to the new partner program requirements, they rather ambitiously stated that you would usually get an answer within a week. However, by the middle of summer, the backlog was so huge that it was taking at least a month for most channels, but they have caught up somewhat from that huge backlog. I would say a conservative estimate is to expect an answer within 2 weeks if your channel is fine. If you still haven't heard anything from YouTube within a month, then you're likely to get a further message saying that your channel needs further investigation and is under review. We'll talk more about that a little later. Because before that, I want to address this question. If you are in the partner program and your content is monetized, but then you fall below the 4,000 hours threshold, does that mean your channel is removed from the partner program? YouTube have a very specific answer on this. Channels that previously reached a new eligibility threshold for the YouTube Partner Program and were reviewed and approved to monetize will not lose monetization just because they drop below 4,000 watch time hours in the previous 12 months or 1,000 subscribers. YouTube does, however, reserve the right at its discretion to remove monetization from channels who drop below the new eligibility thresholds if their channel is inactive and not uploading or posting community posts for 6 months or more. Channels will lose monetization if they violate any of the YouTube Partner Program policies, regardless of their watch time hours and subscriber counts. In a word, boom. Alright, let's say you applied for the partner program, you got an email back from YouTube saying that your channel was under review, and you've not heard anything for months.
We still see in the comments here people saying, hey, I still haven't heard yet, I've been waiting for many months. You know, just be aware that if you're, not staying within community guidelines or not brand appropriate, even if we haven't gotten back to you, like, it should be pretty clear, like, that kind of stuff is not going to get approved.
That information comes directly from the Creator Insider YouTube team. They promise to have an update on this very soon. In the meantime, we did a video all about this topic. There's a link on screen right now. Now, I know firsthand from reading all of the comments from you here at the vidIQ community every single day that we have hundreds of channels in that under review situation, and they can't understand why. Unfortunately, we can't review individual channels here at vidIQ. We are not the kingmakers, but hopefully you should have an answer from YouTube soon. They are due to do an update, as I say, and as soon as we have more information, we'll be publishing a video on that topic. Join us here for that one. As for the topic of 4,000 hours of watch time, I do hope I've been able to answer every single question in this video. If I haven't, let us know in the comments below, and let us know where you are on the 4K journey to monetization. We've got a voting poll up here. If you want more fantastic YouTube tips and tricks from vidIQ, we've got a big playlist here. And if you want to know more about all of the tools we have here at vidIQ, there's another playlist down there. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your video making day, and we'll see you on those videos right now.